Well, you see it, we got the CB750 on the table here, and we got a 4-in-1 for it. So this was something I wasn't necessarily in a hurry to do. I've actually had this header for a while, and the plan all along was to put it on the bike. So timing wise, the reason why I'm doing this now is because I have somebody who watches the channel who loves this project, and he reached out. He actually has a seat for this bike. Now, you guys know the seat is kind of a weird subject for this one because I don't want to put a brand new cover on it, but he has a used seat that has like just enough patina to look right on this bike, but it doesn't have any tears in it. So we're doing some trading. He's looking for an exhaust like that. I have an exhaust like that. I already had a 4-in-1. He has a seat, so he's giving me the seat, I'm giving him the exhaust, and it's going to be a sweet trade. Win-win for everybody. Now, I do not have the muffler in hand. I have one on order. I'm going to have to modify the collector on the header to go down from 2.5 down to 2.25, which I'm actually okay with. I felt like 2.5 is probably too big for this thing. And for now, we're just going to get this thing in the air and start getting the exhaust off. Now that it's hot, collector should come off a little bit easier. So I'm going to get after it. Whew, shame on me for wearing good clothing today, but stay pretty clean. I've been wanting to power wash underneath that bike for so long in the crevices that the old exhaust occupied, so now that it's open, had to take the opportunity to clean it up a bit. So a lot less grime built up. It had you know, that bike had a couple oil leaks and stuff, so it just built up a lot of crud over the years, but fresh start now. Think I should keep it like that? Well, I am excited. This thing fits fantastic. I have no idea what kind of brand it is. It fits really well. Went on without an issue. So now, of course, we gotta wheel this thing outside and go fire it up. Alright, well, we have the header on this thing, and now it's time to get a muffler on the bike. And for this, I went to Cycle X and they had a closeout on these cone mufflers. Now this is what I think, this is the same muffler you can get from like Niche Cycle or whatever, so kind of a China special, but it was, you know, it was like 80 bucks, so it's still cool. Now the issue here is that the muffler has a 2 1/4 inch slip fit, so I have some 2 1/4 inch pipe, slip fit, perfect, all right? But the header itself has a 2 1/2 inch outlet. Now at 2 1/2 inches, I felt like that's a little bit excessive for this combination. We're not going for really any kind of power increase or anything like that. So we have stock bore, stock compression, stock cams, stock everything, and we really don't need 2 1/2 inches here. So what I want to do is actually cut the back of the header off right here at the end of the taper, and then I'm going to modify this section of pipe because I need to keep all the length that I can. I'm going to modify this section of pipe, neck that down to 2 1/4, and then we will weld this section to that, and then have the pipe slip fit on the back of that, and then we'll just tie it into the mounting point here. So I'm thinking we'll have a nice little kind of upswept exit about right there. Pretty minor bend to it. I don't know. That's what I'll like though. As long as we make sure that we clear the foot peg, should be a nice looking design. I usually like them upswept. It's tempting to throw it like right here and get rid of the passenger peg, but no, I'm not going to do that. So it'll probably be maybe even just be a straight shot. I don't know. Gotta have some kind of angle to it. But regardless, necking it down will actually increase the velocity through the pipe, and that will hopefully help with like scavenging and stuff like that. So not lose any power, not lose any torque. We'll go ahead and get the exhaust out of here. But for now, I'm going to remove the pipe again, go ahead and cut that, and we will start mocking everything back up. All right, went ahead and cleaned off this entire area of paint, so we have fresh metal, and now I'm going to cut along the end of that transition. And then this section here, I was going to actually do a vertical cut that way, so there's already a gouge. Makes sense, we'll just continue that gouge all the way through. We're going to cut like a little V in it basically, and use like geometry and math and stuff, and shrink one end so it creates that taper. Weld that seam, weld this seam, and then the next piece will butt up to it, and we'll do a butt weld on that. So it should work fine. header is just hung back on the bike, and now we can kind of determine where we officially want the muffler. So the goal is also to not have to go out to the damn store and buy more stuff. So we're using what we got. So lengthwise, we'd end up being about right here. I'm thinking what I'll end up having to do is just cut barely any angle off this thing, just right after the straight. Probably give me maybe 5 degrees of bend, and then that would give us enough to clock this. Kind of get it where we feel like it has to go. But giving a little bit of an upswept pitch would be good. I don't know how much, I can really get away with. Hopefully we don't kill much lean angle. Not that I'm leaning this thing into the corners too much, but something to always think about. So we'll get it tucked up to the muffler as tight as possible. So for now though, I'll just cut, 5 degrees off this thing or something, if that. So as I shrunk the other side to this diameter, due to it being at a weird angle, it grew a little bit, so I'm going to expand this side instead, just a little bit. Almost imperceivable, but it's there. Well, obviously this thing is black now. I just put a super quick just dusting of paint on it. It's not perfect at all. It's patchy. I don't care. Just giving it some sort of single color. And then I did take about 2 inches off the back. I just kept looking at it. Wasn't really happy with it. So moving the muffler forward, and I think I'm going to like that a lot more. So anyway, I'm going to put this thing on the bike, hang the muffler on it, fire this thing up. Yeah, I like that much better.
Fitness.us. Leg block due to emergency repairs. Westbound 270 right after 70. Also left leg block due to an accident eastbound 64 at Lindbergh. And slow traffic eastbound 270 right there at 44. Point forecast today sunny and right at 90 for the high tonight. Clear skies, upper 70s for the low. And right now it is 80 at the Point Studio. Point forecast brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto. What a great deal on tires. Go to CarX Tire.
All right, now the final piece of the puzzle. Just got a T-bolt clamp. You saw I cut some slits in here, so we're going to mount this on here permanently. You probably noticed I just put a quick shot of black back on the pipe. There we go. She's done.